What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So a little over a year ago, I made a video going over the best beginner credit cards to get in 2019. But now I realized there's a bit of a problem, and that is that it's not 2019 anymore. It's the future. It's now 2020, and that means a lot of the information I talked about in that video is now outdated. Some of the credit cards I mentioned previously are no longer the best for beginners. And thanks to the introduction of some new credit cards, well, we got some new ones to add on to the list. So in this video, we're going to be covering the best credit cards to get for beginners in 2020. These are going to be the perfect cards to get when you're just starting out, when you don't have a lot of credit history, and you don't have a lot of money to spend. But you still want to be a credit card connoisseur, improve your score, build your credit history, and do all of that without spending any money out of pocket. And doing this correctly from the very beginning is so important, because opening up the right credit cards and using them strategically will help improve your score, get you a better interest rate anytime you borrow money or leverage your money to invest. It'll save you a lot of money long term, and all of this is very much free to do. That's right, everything in this video is entirely free. Wait, no. Actually, I changed my mind. The cost of this video and all of its information is just a smash of the like button. Now, you don't need to break your phone. I'm not asking you to destroy your computer trying to smash the like button. Instead, just a gentle tap and you're good to go. So with that said, I really appreciate it, and let's begin the video. So to start, we gotta begin with the tried and true of credit cards. And honestly, if you're just beginning and you're starting out on your credit card journey, there's no reason not to get this card, and that would be the Discover It Secured card. Now, I get it. I sound like a broken record because I always recommend this card for anyone who's just starting out. But I gotta say, this is the only credit card that has consistently been in every single one of my credit recommendation videos for beginners because it's that good. And when it comes to this credit card, here's why I would recommend it, why you should get it, and a few of its variations to figure out which would be the best for you. Now first, if you're completely brand new to the credit card game, as in you don't have any credit whatsoever, you've never had a credit card before, or maybe you just turned 18 and want to know what to do next to be a fully functioning, financially literate adult, well, that probably means you should go and apply to the Discover It Secured card. Now, a secured credit card just means you'll put down a refundable security deposit, and in return, they will give you back a credit line in that exact same amount. For example, if you put down a $200 security deposit, they will give you back a $200 credit line. It's no different than having $200 of cash available to you at all times, except now it's within a little piece of plastic. Now, the reason why I recommend the Discover card so much is that most secured credit cards out there, as in the ones aimed at beginners, are absolutely trash. Like, they are the worst. So many of them charge unnecessarily high annual fees, like you have the Wells Fargo secured card at $25 a year, or the US Bank secured card at $29 per year. And come on, that's just ridiculous to pay. Building your credit should be free, and Discover understands that, so they don't charge you any annual fees. Discover also gives you what almost every other secured credit card does not, and that would be rewards. Now, I'm not gonna lie, these rewards are not like mind-blowing by any means, but hey, it's something, and every little bit adds up, especially when you're just starting out. And in this case, your secured card is going to be giving you 2% cash back on restaurants and gas stations, and you'll get unlimited 1% cash back on everything else. They're also running a promotion where they will match your cash back for the first year. So it's really more like getting 4% cash back at restaurants and gas stations, and then 2% cash back on everything else within that time frame. And all of this comes with a credit card that pretty much anyone can apply for and get. Not only that, but Discover allows you to monitor your FICO score for free on their platform, so you can keep track of how your score is improving over time. Now, alternatively, if you've already started building your credit history but want something to add to that foundation, then you have the option to go with their unsecured Discover It cashback card instead. This means you're not going to have to put down any deposit, and with this card, there's also no annual fees. You'll get 5% cash back on places like grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, and online shopping, depending on the revolving category, plus the same 1% cash back on everything else. Then, just like the first one, they will match your cash back for the first year. So really, no matter which one you pick, either one of these will be perfect for building your credit score. And then from there, all you need to do is pay off your bill in full by the time it's due, and that way you're never gonna have to owe any interest for any of your purchases. That means doing all of this is totally free, and you get money back for doing absolutely nothing other than signing up. So there you go, enjoy those savings. Next, we're gonna be talking about another credit card that I never thought I would ever mention in one of these lists, but admittedly, it's grown on me. And I gotta say, it's a pretty decent card for people just starting out, and that would be the Apple credit card. Now yes, I do realize that I've been heavily critical of this card in the past, and for good reason. There's no sign-up bonus, the rewards are not that spectacular, and for people who really know what they're doing, there are just better options out there depending on your spending. However, for people who are in the beginning stages of building up their credit to the legendary 800 score, the Apple credit card could actually be a pretty decent way to get there. Now we should clarify that the Apple credit card is not meant to be your first ever credit card. They require a credit score of about 600, meaning you need some prior credit credit history in order to apply. But assuming you meet that requirement, here's why I would recommend it. First, there's no annual fee, and this is insanely important for anyone just starting out because a large part of your credit score is made up by the length of your credit history. Or in other words, the longer you keep your credit cards open, the higher your credit score will be. See, what happens is that when you cancel a credit card, over time it's going to fall off your credit report, and that means your score will be lowered. So it's really important when first starting out to build up a foundation of completely free, no annual fee credit cards that you could just keep open indefinitely. And that way, keeping these cards open and active is not going to cost you any money, so the Apple credit card is absolutely perfect for this. Then, in addition to no annual fees, they also give you cash back, like 3% cash back on Apple products and with select merchants. You also get 2% cash back on any purchases made with Apple Pay, and then 1% cash back on anything else. I also really like this card for beginners because there are no hidden fees, and the mobile app makes it really easy to see all of your charges, track your spending, and see exactly how much interest you would owe if you didn't pay off your bill in time. It's basically like a personal finance tracker that's built into your credit card, so it's perfect for people just starting out. Plus, this card is made of titanium, so it's kind of cool. Kind of. So it's really for those reasons why I would recommend this card to add into the mix, help increase your credit score, and do all of that without costing you any money. The third is another card I wanted to throw into the mix that I've never mentioned before as a beginner credit card, but really with the rise of online shopping, I have a feeling this is eventually going to turn into your go-to card, and that would be the Amazon Prime card. The reason I'm putting this one on the list is because they have a fairly low credit requirement for signing up, with a very good chance of getting accepted if you have a credit score above 640, which basically means if you've had any other lines of credit previously or have spent 6 months or more building your credit, chances are you will get this one. Plus, like the other two examples, there's no annual fee, which means all you need to do is get this card, keep it open for the rest of your life, and that will help you boost your credit score to the moon, which is basically another term for over 800. Now, before I go into the benefits of getting this card, I want to make the distinction that there are two different types of Amazon credit cards, and they look kind of similar, but they're different. The first one is the Amazon Prime Rewards card that requires you to have Amazon Prime to get the full benefit. Now, with this card combined with Amazon Prime, they'll give you a $100 Amazon gift card just for signing up, and then you'll get unlimited 5% cash back on all Amazon and Whole Foods purchases, 2% cash back at restaurants, gas stations, and drugstores, and then 1% cash back on everything else. You'll also have no foreign transaction fees, plus a few other perks like travel protection, rental car insurance, and so on. Now, the other card I'm referring to is just the normal Amazon Rewards card. This is what you could get if you don't pay for Amazon Prime, but you still want rewards, and it's still good, it's just not as good. For example, they'll give you a $50 Amazon gift card when you sign up, 3% cash back on Amazon purchases, 2% cash back at restaurants and gas stations, and then 1% cash back on everything else. Now, let's be real, most of us pay for Amazon Prime, so if that's the case, there's never any sense in signing up for the non-Prime card. But even if you just do the occasional shopping on Amazon, even the non-Prime credit card is still pretty good. And with no annual fee, either one of these is a great card to get and keep open for a very long time. And then number 4, we got another classic that I've always mentioned in these beginner lists because honestly, it's just an all-around good card to get. In fact, this is actually one of my first ever credit cards that I got when I was first starting to build my own credit score, and that would be the Bank of America Cash Rewards card. Now, this is a credit card that I would recommend applying for after about 6 to 12 months of building your credit through other cards because this card does require you to be in good credit standing in order to apply. But assuming you get approved, this one has some pretty good benefits, all with no annual fee. Now, I like this one because they will give you a $200 cashback bonus when you spend $1,000 on the card within the first 90 days. Now, for anyone out there who gets triggered by me saying this and thinks,
"But Graham, you need to waste $1,000 just to get $200 back. That doesn't make any sense."
Yes it does. Just go and spend $1,000 as you would normally through your normal everyday spending. Because I pretty much guarantee that nearly everyone watching just naturally spends at least $333 a month. And if you don't, and have somehow found a way to live off of less than $333 a month, please let me know. I am desperate for that information because I will do it too. I want to live on less than $333 a month. You're also going to be getting 3% cash back on the category of your choice, 2% cash back at grocery stores, and 1% cash back on everything else. Then, if you're already a Bank of America Preferred Rewards member, you could get a cashback booster on the credit card, potentially turning a 3% cash back into a 5.25% reward. Now, of course, the catch here to get the maximum of that benefit is to keep $100,000 in your Bank of America account, which, please listen to me, me, never do that because the interest rate that they pay you at Bank of America is absolutely pathetic. And you would actually end up losing money compared to what else you could get with that money elsewhere. This is really only recommended if you have a Bank of America checking or savings account anyway, and you keep a minimum of $1,500 in the account at all times to avoid the $12 monthly maintenance fee. But as long as you just do that, the cashback on this credit card is pretty good. And one more thing, if you really want to maximize the rewards here and you're feeling a little bit adventurous and you have a lot of self-control, is that they will offer you a 0% interest rate for the first 15 months. And of course, I think it goes without saying here that if you don't have the self-control to properly handle your money with a 0% interest credit card, then don't do that. But anyway, even if you don't plan to open up a Bank of America checking or savings account for the interest rate booster, then no worries, it's still a pretty decent credit card all the way around for the cashback and the sign-up bonus. And finally, fifth, we're going to be talking about a card I have never mentioned before here on the channel, so watch out, we got a new credit card for beginner, well, more like intermediate beginners. And that would be the American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. That's right, we got an American Express card on a list of beginner credit cards, so let me explain why and how this can help you build your credit score. American Express is known as what's called a charge card, which means it's meant to be paid off in full at the end of every month without ever carrying a balance. Because of that, charge cards do not show a preset spending limit on your credit report, meaning that if you charge money to this card during the month and that amount is reported to the credit bureaus, it won't impact your utilization rate, which is another word for how much credit you have available to you versus how much credit you use. In really simple terms, this means the more credit that you use, usually the lower your score will be. But with this card, because it does not show a preset limit, how much money you spend on it will not impact your credit score. See, the more you know. In addition to that, this is also one of the few American Express cards that doesn't have any annual fee, which means it's entirely free to use. Plus, you could earn $150 back when you spend $1,000 on the card within the first 3 months, and you'll get 3% cash back on certain categories, 2% cash back at grocery stores, and 1% cash back on everything else. Not to mention, you can also get a free Shop Runner membership, which will give you complimentary 2-day shipping on quite a few online stores. And lastly, one of the reasons why I love American Express so much is that they have the best customer service out there. Like anytime you need something, call them up and they are always happy to help without having a long wait time to speak with someone. You know what? As an example, let's just go and call up American Express right now.
Para español, diga español. This call may be recorded. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name is Graham Steffen.
How are you, sir? Good afternoon. How can I help?
Yeah, I got a weird request.
Make sure to smash the what?
Oh, the like button.
Make sure to smash the like button.
We got it. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was it. Come on, guys. That was entirely unscripted. That's entirely real. And that's one of the reasons I love American Express, is because that customer service is just, it's second to none. And for that reason, I would highly recommend this card for someone who is building their credit, wants to improve their score, build a relationship with American Express. This one covers pretty much everything. And lastly, just to be able to tie all of this together, if you're watching this right now and still a little bit confused of what to do, here's what I would recommend in exact order if you want to get yourself a perfect credit score using all of these cards I've just mentioned entirely for free. First, go and sign up for the Discover It Secured card with a $200 deposit. Then once you get the credit card, all you need to do is put a few expenses on the card every month and then just pay it off in full by the time it's due. I would recommend just going and doing this process for 6 months. Now second, if you're impatient like me and you want to expedite the credit building process a little bit faster, what you should do is that around the same time you apply for the Discover It Secured card, also go and apply to the Capital One Secured card. This is basically the exact same card except without any cashback bonuses, so it's not as good. But still, by doubling up on your credit cards early on, it will help improve your credit score a little bit. And with this one, just do the same thing, put a few small expenses on the card every single month, and then pay it off in full. You'll want to do this for about 6 months. Now third, after doing this for 6 months, the next thing you'll want to do is apply for either the Amazon credit card or Apple credit card. These are going to be your first unsecured credit cards, which means they don't require you to put down any deposit. And with these cards, you're going to be doing the same thing as you did the last one. Just put a few small expenses on the card every single month and then pay it off in full by the time it's due. It's that easy. Then fourth, from there, after 8 to 12 months from getting your first card, you should go and apply for the Amex Blue Cash card. This is going to be your first charge card that's not going to be showing a credit limit on your credit report. Doing this might help boost your score just a little bit more, plus you're going to be able to build a relationship with American Express, which really has some of the best credit cards and the best travel rewards out there. Then after about 12 to 14 months from the time you opened up your first credit card. You should have built up enough of a foundation to have a 750 credit score, and then be able to take advantage of almost every single credit card offer out there to leverage your money, get the best rates possible, and get as much free stuff as you possibly can. Plus, all of these are cards that you're meant to keep open for the rest of your life. So these will now be the building blocks of your entire credit foundation, all entirely for free, with, of course, the help of smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you have not already subscribed, make sure to destroy the subscribe button and notification bell so YouTube notifies you anytime I post a video. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there, as on my second channel, The Graham Stephan Show. I post there every single day. I'm not posting here. So if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, make sure to add yourself to that. And lastly, if you guys want 2 free stocks, that's right, 2 free stocks that I mentioned, it's free. All you got to do is use the link down below in the description. Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on the platform, and one of those stocks is going to be valued up to $1,400. So if you want a chance to get a stock that could be worth a lot of money, make sure to do that. Link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.